Hey, what's up? It's Kevin Regan from the Punch Up Podcast. This episode is an episode that we recorded way back in Season 3 but never aired. Why did we never air it, you ask? I have no idea. Actually, I do know why. It's because we knew we wanted to hit 100 episodes, and this would have put us over that number. But it's such an amazing episode, it was so hard for us to cut it, that we're now bringing it back. We don't have a video portion of this podcast. So if you've been watching these on YouTube, you can still do that, just with limited visuals. We will be back next week with both an audio and visual podcast. Thank you for supporting us in this time, and as always, you can check us out on SoundCloud at the Punch Up Podcast, or on YouTube at the Punch Up Podcast. So social distance with us, and listen to and watch Punch Up Podcast episodes every Monday.
All right, give me mic checks real quick.
Hello.
Hey, this is Steve. Steve talking on the microphone.
You're fine.
Everybody at once. Do the mic check.
You're good. Ian, let me hear you.
Hey, buddy.
Okay. Olivia, go ahead.
Hello, this is me.
Yep.
I am talking.
Okay.
How about you, Kev? You do it.
I was already talking.
He's
during all
fine.
that,
He never checks himself.
Jerk.
Hey, this is Steve with the Punch Up Podcast. With me on this episode are Kevin Regan,
Hey, Steve.
Jessie Preisendorfer,
Hey, Steve.
Ian O'Shea,
Hey, Steve.
and our storyteller is Olivia Roth.
Hi, Steve.
Take it away.
The summer after college, I went camping with some of my college friends.
First time camping? Anybody else hear that?
Yeah.
I don't think it was my first time camping, but it may have been kind of one of my first times, like, without my parents. Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
And a couple of my friends were pretty savvy about camping, luckily, because I knew nothing. I had a sleeping bag and probably borrowed somebody's tent.
Oh, so this is tent camping, not cabin camping.
Yeah, tent camping. It was like
Legit.
kind of legit. I mean, we were in Colorado, so we drove to Colorado. Picked
Was
up my
there a
friend.
fire pit and restrooms?
I don't remember.
Now, here's the question. Did you have to hang your food from a tree so a bear didn't get it?
I think we shut it in the car.
That
Oh,
counts.
there you
That
go.
counts.
Yeah.
That's more
So-
Wait,
Yeah.
convertible?
No.
Okay, that counts.
So there's a parking lot next to the campground.
I think there was we parked and then we hiked in.
Yeah.
A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's legit.
We had to, we had to construct a fire.
And how many
Nice.
nights were you planning on doing this?
2?
Oh, yeah. So like a weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boys and girls.
Yeah.
All right.
They're grown-ups.
Okay.
It took him about 3 minutes.
To flirt, flirt with it.
It's totally fine. Totally fine.
It was a co-ed experience, but none of us were
He
dating
doesn't
each
know what
other.
to say.
No, because he had follow-up questions. He's like, well, now I can't ask them.
Sexy time.
My friends, I don't know. We were pretty wholesome, I think, for the most part.
These are all college people?
College friends, yeah.
Okay.
So, because my one friend his family lived in Denver, so we picked him up and then we drove into the mountains somewhere. So this was legit. I mean, it was in Colorado in the mountains.
But you weren't at college in Colorado, right? So you guys all traveled there?
This was after, so I had graduated.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it was like the end of the summer after college, and we all got together again, and
So nobody had a job. You just got in a car and drove away.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was still, it was right before real life was about to
Yeah,
Yep.
just
Yeah.
sliding into real life.
Yeah.
The dusk. The dusk of life.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Yeah.
sliding into AmeriCorps, so
Okay.
it wasn't really real life yet.
You
but-
already signed up for that. At that
yeah,
point.
yeah. So this is one of my last adventures before that.
You
started.
might be the first good person we've had on this podcast.
Maybe the only.
A genuinely
Yeah.
good human being. A giver.
Yeah.
That's what I like to call you people.
like the book.
I think that's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, better than the book.
Yeah. I myself, I'm more of a taker.
Okay. Yeah, so it was really fun. And one moment of this trip, I decided to take a walk by myself, thinking like, I'm going to just stretch my legs and explore a little bit. And
In the woods in Colorado.
yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Well, you
So
had probably been there a
you
good
can see where this
6
is
or
going.
7 hours. You knew the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a good lay of the land.
It's Colorado.
Yeah.
It's trees.
I'm familiar with trees and rocks.
Daytime? Evening?
It was daytime.
Okay.
It was daytime.
When she went on the walk.
When I started the walk
By yourself.
by myself in Colorado. So I was thinking like, oh, I'll just have kind of a meditative moment or something.
And the universe will bring you back.
Yes, yes. So I even remember I was very proud of myself. I kind of climbed up. I guess we were hiking on kind of on the side of a mountain, and I climbed up to kind of a place where it leveled off, and I stacked rocks in a triangle formation. Like as a
marker?
reminder. Yeah.
Because you can see them.
You did?
Because
Yes.
you can see them from such a distance.
It was this tiny little pyramid.
Being in earshot of your fellow campers wasn't helpful enough?
Well, I just figured like this way when I come back, I can remember
I'm
where I
teasing.
used to
So
go.
it
Yeah.
truly was a marker.
Yes, yes. I was very proud of myself for this marker.
What do they call those stone? Like you had them up in your mountain house. Like where you
Yeah, I
put the
love that.
stones-
Just like the
Cairns.
Cairns.
That's what I was
That's
gonna
what it
say. Is that what it's
stone,
called?
A Cairn, yeah.
I didn't know
It
how
wasn't
to
one of
pronounce
those. It was a marker.
It was just a little pile of
On the ground.
rubble.
Like it was just 3 rocks
It was
you
like
had
yeah,
raised.
like a little
They weren't stacked.
tripod.
That unless you were standing
High.
looking right at it,
That
you would
Right.
have completely
Unless you had
missed it.
made it, you wouldn't know it was a marker.
that 10 minutes later, a caribou just kicked right over.
Or the wind. The wind just blew it over.
Tatonka.
One of them too. Yeah, could be.
the caribou of Denver.
Right.
Yeah, so I was all proud of myself and feeling
3
very-
minutes in, you're
Yeah.
like shirtless with like an animal blood greased across
a
your
spear
cheek. Yeah.
that I sharpened
4 or 5
myself.
kills
Yeah.
off her back.
And her hair is 6 inches longer somehow.
Right. Your friend's like, Liv?
I'm like,
How long was I gone?
I haven't used it in so long.
Machako Wadunga.
Words hard.
Chickamay. You created your own language?
Like a tay and a
Like
wing.
a Hatchet moment. Do you guys remember that book? God, that was a good
Which
book.
one?
Hatchet?
No.
Oh, it was 5th grade. I don't know. I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
anyone's read it since then. But
Like a 5th grade adventure.
this kid gets lost in the wilderness and has to survive. On
Oh, I
his
read
own.
one of those, but
Oh,
it wasn't
okay.
called that, but it was called something like that.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good one.
Cool.
So I move on from my Cairn. My Cairn.
Karen,
Karen. My Karen.
Yeah, that sounds very personal.
that works.
Karen. My Karen. And I walked a little bit farther and I saw this huge boulder. And I thought, this is great.
Ah, a Barbara.
That'd be perfect for my Karen. Let me just add
I'm
that.
gonna go get it.
I'm going to ask Karen if she's gay.
All Karens are gay.
Doy.
That is pretty much true. So I scrambled up to the top of this huge, gigantic boulder. And I'm like, this is beautiful, right? This is like scenic. I'm looking around. I'm like, this is my mountaintop moment. I was like, I'm going to be really still. I'm going to just breathe. I'm going to come back to camp a different person.
Right.
This was why you went for the walk.
I think so. I think
That's why she went camping in the first place.
You
Yeah.
to realize.
That's why she went to college.
to have this.
Yeah.
To have this.
That's why she
mountaintop moment.
existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all came back to this moment. I think I saw a chinchilla, something like
I
that.
thought it was going to be bigger. Not going to lie. I thought it was going to be an eagle or chinchilla is not what I expected.
Bighorn
Then
sheep.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
went back
The
to the
caribou?
campsite and
Maybe an elk?
Yeah.
We fell asleep. So thanks, guys. So yeah, I'm bonding with nature, and suddenly I look over and I see a mountain lion.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Okay, that's not a chinchilla.
Yeah.
How far away?
On the boulder next to you.
No.
Going, hey, did you see that chinchilla?
Like
It's not the far side, dude.
Oh, but if it was, that'd be funny.
That would be
Oh,
funny.
Gary Larson.
Yeah.
At Gary Larson.
R.I.P. Not really. I think he's alive.
I hope.
Is he? And
know.
if he's dead,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
who killed him?
Did you just kill him?
I'll edit this for later.
Solved?
Is that an ad already?
So in terms of how far it was away, it was like from here, if I'm here and the mountain lion was across the street.
Okay.
So how far
That's
is
still-
that?
30, 40 yards.
Still too close.
Yeah. Like I could definitely see it. It was like,
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Did you see it and it was looking at you?
it wasn't looking at me at the time.
Okay.
So I just like glanced over. It was a very Lion King type moment because it kind of like blended in with the landscape.
Sure.
It was a blonde color, like lioness type of look.
The color of a mountain, perhaps?
Yeah, there was some tall
Some
grass
sandus.
or something
Right.
that was a similar color right there. And I just happened to notice it and I froze.
Oh my God.
Like just a cold sweat went through my body. And my first reaction.
Did you have to fight an urge to scream, or was it just shut down?
No, my whole life
Froze.
I do.
Yeah,
I freeze.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
That's
can
my
imagine.
reaction.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
go numb inside. I wasn't numb though. I was just like adrenaline, like crazy.
But it's not looking at you.
It wasn't looking at me. My first reaction was like, I think this is actually more of a T-Rex thing. But I was like, maybe if I don't move, she won't be able to see me.
Well, yeah, that's got to be your first reaction. You
Right, I'm
can't,
not gonna run.
it's either that. I mean, it's either you're just, as you're running, you're like, I shouldn't have done that.
Now I can't stop.
Karen?
Kind of locked into this.
Where's the Karen? Where's the Karen?
so
Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata.
I don't know. Do I have a marshmallow in my pocket?
I'm so nervous right now.
Yes.
I was-
So I just froze and just adrenaline pumping like crazy. So
Still
I'm
hasn't
sitting there.
seen you.
It hasn't seen me
Well,
yet.
yeah, but it's got to smell you because they're so
Probably, but
good
they're
at
also
that.
probably used to that smell. They're not like they're not seeking out humans to attack.
No, they're not.
But they would
No.
be familiar with it. Of course, it smelled you, but
Yes. So
That
like
thing saw her back when she was building the
that's
Karen.
the thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Later on, I
Yeah.
found out like of course it knew I was there.
Yeah.
But I call her a female. I don't really know, but this lady, she didn't care two wits about me.
lady.
But I didn't know that, right? She's
of course not.
sitting there, and I'm
And she
sitting
could
there
have easily changed her mind.
and leapt up onto the boulder.
If
So
if you
easily.
Yeah, but
made
you're-
any
You're
movements,
bigger
or,
than she is. She doesn't know that you don't have a weapon.
okay.
She's
wasn't
not
that much bigger
threatened
than
by
her.
you.
I don't
She's
think
not-
she's any bigger than.
Okay.
They're big.
Yeah, but she's not.
Do you want to
threatened by
introduce
you yet.
Bear Grylls on the podcast, or should I?
You
And
do it.
with us tonight is Bear Grylls.
I mean, she's
Hello.
no. I mean, Jesse's just like, you had nothing to fear. You're larger than it. It doesn't know if you have weapons or not. It hasn't engaged you or frisked you. So how?
so
Well,
you have the upper
she
hand.
She knows that I'm still alive, so that is kind of a spoiler.
Right. Yeah, you're pumping out pheromones and you are meat.
I don't have currently too many scars on my body.
Yeah. But you were ejecting pheromones
Oh, yes.
and adrenaline and probably squirting sweat out of every pore.
stress.
Like one of those stress balls, dolls that you squeeze in the eyes, go stick out of your head. You're just,
Yeah.
they
But
do
frozen.
sense that. I'm sure they sense the change in the air.
Yes. So I freeze, and we'll call her Nala.
Nice.
Nala, like yawns and stretches and starts walking towards the boulder. And
Still,
Messing with you.
you haven't seen that it's seen you?
no,
Like, it
I
hasn't
can
looked at
hardly
you.
look. Like I can
Right.
hardly even.
That's so
bring
dominant.
myself because I don't want to make
Yeah.
eye contact.
Right.
It's such dominant behavior.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to know it's there, but I need to know what she's doing.
Of course.
And she's walking towards me right now, very casually.
Well, she has you. She's like, I got
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
This is
now
my-
the boulder was very. I mean, I say boulder. It was like, I mean, it was massive. So I'm.
You got to the top of it. It took you a moment, and you had to kind of climb and
Yeah.
struggle a little bit
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get
yeah.
up
So it was
it.
probably
with
like
with
as-
your
maybe
two
not as
arms.
tall as this room.
Right, but
As tall as that-
Nala would have done it in a leap.
Yeah. So how tall is that? Like as tall as that door?
That
12
is-
feet.
8 feet.
8 feet?
Yeah, something like that. And so she starts walking towards me, and I'm still frozen, like, oh God, what? Okay, so like,
Of
is she
course.
gonna leap up onto the boulder? What should I do? Should I like make a run for it now? And then I start thinking about how the boulder is like, there's a crevice under it, kind of like, so maybe that's her house. You know, like maybe her little cave type den area
So she's
is
walked
like right under
she's
the
walked
boulder.
she's walked out of your eye line now.
Well,
now
she
you
has-
don't see her.
Exactly. She walks close enough that now I can't see her
Oh
anymore.
my god.
Now's when you notice, oh, there are these 3 kittens right next to me.
Yeah. On the
That
other
I-
side.
that
and
I've been
between them.
petting and playing with.
I've been laying on. Oh, this one's not breathing. I'll be all right.
Oh,
thought it was
I
a
ate this one.
chinchilla.
Oops.
Nala, come quick.
Oh my gosh, it was the worst because I was just like, now I have no information. Now I don't know if she like stretched and yawned and laid down for a nap under my boulder.
Oh my
Did she
God.
continue walking and I can't see her anymore? Is she going to leap up onto the boulder?
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah, it's
and like,
worse.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the single worst outcome you could have.
I think you mean the worst.
The word.
No,
That's
the.
true.
I pronounce it the.
A personal opinion. So my dilemma was, how long do I wait? Like, staying was torture.
Forever.
Leaving
You should
was
still
also
be on that
torture.
boulder.
Their
Right
lifespan
now.
is 8 to 10.
Yeah.
So I would say 10
Outlive
years.
Nala.
Yeah. So I don't know how it felt like an eternity. I probably waited like 2 minutes or something. And then suddenly I saw her continue walking, but she was walking in the exact retracing the path that I needed to go on to get back to camp.
So there was a path. Like
I
a,
She
mean,
was smelling your
Pretty-
path back
Ish,
to camp.
like the way that I
yeah.
had come
Thanks for leading me
from.
back to dinner.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dinner and snack.
Yeah. Oh, and and
Yeah.
then just a kill.
Yeah.
So then I at least knew I was safe for like a few seconds, but I'm like, okay, once again, she's out of my eyesight. So I don't know if she like walked a little bit and laid down to be like, I'll just take a little rest right here.
You knew nothing.
I knew nothing, and except that I had to go back that
The
way.
fact that you're having thoughts is mind blowing as well. Like you're calculating things. I mean, I guess that's the only thing you're thinking of. I mean,
yeah,
there's
I
no-
still was frozen.
I would have been
Sure.
paralyzed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you scream because that might be your only hope? Like just to,
Oh,
Or
to attract attention
to
down at
scare
the camp?
her, or to attract anybody who might be nearby.
Oh, see, I didn't
I mean,
even think of that.
just as a yeah.
Well, see, again, later, I think I found out that if
I
you're in the
hope
wild,
this story doesn't stop right now.
The end.
Somebody has to get bitten.
a little bit.
And then I blacked out, and I woke up, and I was at the podcast.
15 years later. What?
I think I found out later that if you really meet a mountain lion in the wild, you are supposed to make yourself big
and make noise
and like
and-
intimidating and make sure they know that you can see them. It was
Right.
like everything that I didn't do, right?
Which
My
is
instinct
all
was
advice given by people who have never encountered a
like,
mountain
I
lion.
think like get a big, because I think if you're big and obnoxious, they're kind of like,
Yeah,
Too
I
much
don't
work.
feel like dealing with
that
that.
I mean-
is the same thing in the Poconos with bears and rangers, and they tell you
Mm-hmm.
these things. And I've had that experience of just making noise, and it was. I did not scare anything off. It was very the absolute look of just.
Indifference.
I'll just go over here. You know, like
right. Well, and chances are, I mean, like
had
you
no
said,
interest in you.
Yeah, chances are she wasn't so hungry and starving that she needed to pounce on a human
and
or what have you.
Obviously, you're in a campground that they're intermingled and
Right.
around so many campers that don't even know it. Like you said, you
Well,
were on the path, and you
I mean,
know,
it wasn't. It was a rustic area. Like
Mm-hmm.
we were on a mountain, so I mean, yeah, you could hike in a little bit and camp. But
did
like,
you register with anybody to camp there? Does anybody know you guys are camping
I don't
there?
think so.
Right. Okay. So
No.
you're just in a remote national park area.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly for all eternity.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, it was definitely the wilderness. But like she, I mean, I'm sure she could have gotten me if she wanted to, and like live,
Without
like-
question.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
It
But you're
sounds
not-
like the chinchilla could have gotten you if it wanted to.
yeah, probably. I have no survival skills. Except
Well,
for
you
my
did make a
sharpened
Karen.
spear. I did make a Karen. Karen. I did make a
Karen.
Karen. So I was thinking about that because I'm like, okay, so I need to get back to camp somehow. And my debate was, how long do I wait
Yeah.
before
She's
I
cleared the path.
make a beeline?
What do you
for it?
have on
I
you?
had no
a-
tools.
A
I didn't have a
backpack
cell
of
phone.
water. Not,
I don't think even cell
no
phones
cell
were-
phone.
No, they were just not even hardly a thing.
A
then.
jacket from the Limited.
Right.
Lands
Some
in.
Gap
I would
pants.
be texting like a motherfucker.
No phone.
No,
No
self-service.
self-service.
Certainly not phone.
Just
It was
send to all
2000
contacts.
and-
Is anyone
One.
near the boulder?
Honestly, even if I had had a cell phone with me, like it wouldn't have gotten service.
And
not
afraid
not
to
in
talk.
2001.
Not in
Not
2001.
there. In
And just afraid to
2001.
talk. I mean, just
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I didn't want to make any sound.
Hello, hello.
What's that?
Hello, Olivia. Don't do this. I'm busy right now. I can't talk.
I'm hanging up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So how long?
So-
So would you?
I think I probably waited 3 minutes.
Okay.
But it felt like-
it felt like an eternity.
It felt like
I
an
was,
eternity, and
sitting there like
it doesn't
rocking
seem
back
very
and
long,
forth.
yeah.
Like, how long can I just stand to be by myself?
Yeah.
3 minutes
And there's
from
nowhere else to go. There's no other options, right? The other option would be
Right.
like, well, I could walk somewhere else, but you can't. You
But
either
then I get
stay
more
there
lost,
Or you go,
yeah.
you go back.
you have to get back to the group.
Right,
It's
and
your
that's all
only
I wanted to
chance.
do.
Where the mountain line went, the same direction as
Yes.
the mountain line.
Yeah, I had to read.
And you waited about 3 minutes from when you couldn't see her anymore.
Yes. Yeah. I tried to wait as long as I could, but I was like antsy as hell. I mean,
my
like I was just
God.
like
You had all
crawling
that
out of my
adrenaline.
skin.
It
Yeah.
was fight or flight. Your body just shot you off that boulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to
eventually.
go the same direction. is
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
Well, that's you.
How
did?
long do you
I
want
did.
your life
You
to be?
followed
That's
her?
how
I
long you
followed
wait.
her. I
had to.
I had no other choice because all I
She had to
wanted
get to
was
the
to
cairn.
like be with my people and like safe again.
Yeah.
And
you
so
want to die with people, not alone.
How
Yeah.
far away do you think you were? Really? I mean, how
From
far
the
did you
camp?
walk from camp?
Yeah.
I mean, a
I
mile,
probably maybe. I mean,
which is a good distance.
it took me like probably 20 minutes to get there or something like
Right,
that.
in
Like
a
15 or
meandering
20.
sort of way. So as the crow flies, a quarter mile, but you kind of
Right.
twisted and turned. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So I like, gosh, just thinking about it makes my like heart rate increase.
I'm a wreck right
yeah,
now.
but like I climbed down the boulder, shaking like a leaf, and then
With your back to
I
whatever.
don't know how I did it. I just
Yeah.
slid down maybe.
At any point when you were coming down, did you think that possibly Nala walked under where you couldn't see and said to her sister, "Hey, good on that path. I'm waiting for her."
Again, this is not Far Side.
I never
Solved.
Or the rest of the pride.
Yeah,
Just, There's
right.
like 5 under there.
Yeah, you just get down. It's like,
What is a
oh,
mountain lion group called? I'm sure it's called like a pod
I don't think
or
they have
something
one.
like that.
They don't. They're pretty.
They're not
solitary.
pride. They're not a.
I think you're right.
Oh.
Yeah, I
They're
think
not.
you're right.
They're not
Just
a
their
gang
family,
group.
their
their
kids,
kids, and then once the kids
then they
leave,
eat
they're
their
on their
mate
own.
or something.
Yeah.
That's probably how.
Yeah,
it is.
they're loners.
So I parted the grasses, following the
God.
path of where she had just been.
God.
And
Were you running
then-
going fast?
I
Yeah.
was slow initially, and then I just took off.
Yeah.
And then I was
That's what I
like,
would've
"Where is that freaking Karen?"
Were you trying to make noise or not? You
Oh, that's a good question.
like did you when you first landed off the boulder and you turn like Jack Black?
Did you give the
You know,
old?
you like shuffle.
well,
yeah,
here we are.
right. Or just I mean, like I think I would just be making random noises and just trying to be
that would have been smart, but I was still in the zone of
and
like
just fear.
try to make myself as invisible as possible
Yeah.
and quiet.
This
and
isn't
just,
happening.
Like,
I'm not here.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm
The
like
exact
streaking
opposite
through
of
what you
what
should
common
do.
sense. Yeah, well, not common sense. Just what common sense says: be quiet so they don't notice you.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess the wilderness people would say be loud and
But yeah,
obnoxious.
in that setting, you
Obnoxious.
say, "I need Emily right now to run like a motherfucker." Yeah.
And I think I did. I was running and scrambling, and I couldn't find the Karen at first.
Of course
And I
not. You
was
couldn't
just
see
like-
straight. I
yeah.
mean, your
Stop.
eyes were probably jiggling.
But
you
did
know?
you stop to find the Karen? Or
I
was
think
just
I
like-
didn't. I think I was
Yeah.
like, I don't even care. I'm just
Yep.
going down the side of the mountain. I know it was approximately in this area.
Yeah.
And I just stumbled and ran all the way back to the camp.
where everybody was dead.
Everybody.
Stumbling. Now, just out of curiosity, are you wearing like hiking boots
I
and
don't even think
pants?
I
Or
was.
you just
I
like
was probably wearing, like,
shorts and
running
Ran
shoes.
right out of them.
It
tennis
was
shirt?
like jeans and like sneakers or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even think I had hiking shoes. that
Yeah, I
owned
mean,
at the
I
time.
don't know what that
Nice
has
pair
to
of
do
chucks.
with anything. Yeah, but I just
Gap
like I don't know.
jeans.
Like, were you dressed like Laura Croft, or were you dressed like like? But you're just running to try and make it to somewhere. I mean, you just
Yeah.
so you don't really know where you're going. You're just running at this point.
I knew it was kind of down the mountain.
Right, you climbed uphill
Yeah.
to get there.
Yeah. So
But a
I
hill has 4 sides, or more than that, right? But
It's infinity.
it's not a
infinite.
pyramid.
Yeah.
It's
No, it's not infinite.
Well, there's
It's not
infinite
infinite.
degrees.
It can
but,
be
yeah.
measured. Don't do that.
Infinity.
Don't do that. We have a mathematician here.
Ian Science Corner.
Please. Mountain has
it's more
mountain has 4 sides. Simple.
It was a rectangle of a mountain.
Yeah, it's a pyramid.
It's
We should name more geographic shape.
Don't say anything. Go.
Anyway, I made it back to camp, and
Everybody was dead. Yeah, we
everybody
covered that.
was like very relaxed, like
Right.
sitting around a
Maybe
fire.
some joints being passed around or something
I
of that
think it was
nature.
like marshmallows. I mean, I'm saying we
So
were very
close,
wholesome.
joints.
so crazy.
And you're just panting.
I am
out
like
of-
white as a sheet.
I guess that's why I was asking. Like, did you get scarred up knees and like branches had lashed your face,
No.
but you didn't even notice?
Did you have one streak of white through your hair?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
fell once,
definitely.
I got up. The music starts again.
And your
That would've been
your
amazing.
clothes got torn, so you had to stop and kill a deer and make new leather clothes.
Yes,
like-
I had to rip my shirt, like make a bandage with my
Oh,
teeth.
Yeah,
With your
yeah,
sleeve.
Yeah,
With my sleeve.
slept inside of a bear?
because it got really cold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It did. I was shivering.
Where's that
So I came
chinchilla?
back with just a pelt around my arm.
chinchilla.
And
Your
a
friend.
shrunken head for some reason. You're like, I don't know what
wait,
happened here, but I traded it for marbles.
I also caught a fish.
Well, good for you.
Yeah. And they're all sitting there real relaxed.
Did you come to the edge of camp, or did you sprint and not stop until you realized you were like halfway through the camp, and you were like,
All I remember is showing up at the campfire and just like breathing. And literally, one of my friends said, so did you have a good hike? See anything interesting? Mountain lions.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. And I was like,
they couldn't tell that you were
right?
three
Shit.
sheets of
And
white?
I was like, yes. And then they were all like, what? And then you got to, tell the story and stuff. But,
They weren't in fear for their lives.
So
the
we stayed there?
The scariest part was sleeping in my
Oh my
tent
God.
that night.
Oh, because they smelled you. They knew
Every
exactly
little
where you were.
sound, I don't think I slept a wink.
I
the
can't
whole
imagine
night.
you did.
I don't know why I didn't sleep in the car.
Because you had a whole podcast of lions outside your
exactly.
tent, just saying,
Prowling
she's in
around.
there. She's in there.
Yeah.
Ours is in there.
I
Just
knew that
listening,
Nala
just
knew where
surrounding your camp, snickering.
Yeah.
I was. Just waiting for me to have to like pee in the middle of the night.
Yes.
It was
God.
horrible.
Yeah, I would imagine if I was in the camp, I'd be like, oh, so there's a mountain lion like actively around here, like who lives around here, like we're out of here. Like I don't need to camp.
Yeah.
I mean, like
we're in their territory.
yeah,
Right.
Like of course you know that when you go camping, but you've spotted one. There's one here.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's
I
not.
have
It's
seen
not here
her
in
face.
with like in Colorado on the mountain. Of course, there's mountain lions. Of course, there's bears. Of course, but you witnessed one. Pack it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do not need to stay here.
But
There's-
nobody did.
Nope. I don't
Stayed
even
2 nights?
remember discussing it. I think just one.
How many other hikes did you take?
0.
Yeah.